Buzzer TV presents vintage game shows on Amazon.
Ace is high. Deuce is low. Call it right and win the dough on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Hello there. Thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks, a game of decisions. And you picked a great time to join us because we've got a great match in progress. We have two players, each have won one game in our best 2 out of 3 match. So right off the bat today, we're going to be starting with a tiebreaker and crown a champion who will play the money cards. So let's open the board and get to the cards. Janice and Ann, if you will, start loading in the cards for the tiebreaker, and we'll meet our Card Sharks. Hello, Corinne Newcomer, our champion. Corinne, you've won $14,200 so far. You want to tell us a little more about yourself? Then?
Well, I'm from Hawaii. I've lived there for 18 years. And I moved here a couple months ago with my husband, and I just love Southern California.
Did you learn any of that lovely Hawaiian sign language while you were there?
A little bit.
Can you do any for us? Can you say like hello mom in sign language?
Hi, Mom.
Oh, okay. Our challenger, Rick Ludwig. Hi, Rick. Nice to see you again, sir.
Same here.
And again, would you remind us a little about yourself?
Okay, I'm of course in the Navy, stationed in San Diego, married, one young son named Eric, who's 4, who often thinks he's Wonder Boy and other superheroes, and
Sounds like you're proud.
Oh, yes, very much.
What do you do in the Navy, sir, if I may ask?
I am a pilot. I fly the F-14.
Terrific. Good. Good to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you. It is a very exciting time right now because we are tied at 1-1, and we're going to the tiebreaker with just 3 cards and 3 questions. So good luck to both of you. Each player has their own deck of 52 playing cards, cut and shuffled before we go on the air. Corinne, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards. Our challenger, Rick, will play the lower cards, the blue cards. The object of the game always to work your way across the board, predicting whether each card is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. And you can see we have just 3 cards up there with the tiebreaker instead of our usual 5. Before you can get to the board, you have to answer a high-low toss-up question. They're all based on a poll of 100 people, and they test your ability to judge human nature. Rick, as we left off, the question goes to you. The first question, control, most important. That control of the board will be decided with this question. We asked 100 men in California. Have you ever been to a topless bar? How many said they had?
I would like to say 100. California, I think a lot of men have been to a topless bar. I won't say if I have.
Good thinking, Rick.
86.
86. He says that 86 out of 100 men in California have been to a topless bar. Higher or lower, Corinne?
Well, I think quite a few have been to topless places, but they may not have been bars. So I say the number is a little lower.
Lower. I won't even ask you about any other places, Corinne. Well, if it is lower, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Rick. The actual number of men who've been to a topless bar is 62. It's lower, Corinne. Corinne, we'll look at your base card. Now, you won that high-low toss-up, so you have the right to change the base card if you'd like. You start with a king.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to keep it. And the next card will be lower.
Lower than a king. Remember, if it's another king you lose, it must be lower than a king. It is a 5. Now, always, Corinne, you can freeze and protect yourself, or you can continue calling and turn this one last card over for the win. But if you make a mistake, you lose back to the base card, and Rick gets a free chance at his cards. Your decision.
I'm going to try it, and the next card will be higher.
Higher. If this is higher than a 5, Corinne remains the champion. If not, Rick is still in it for the win. Higher than a 5. It's an 8. She did it. Corinne, congratulations once again. You continue to be a fine champion. Rick, thank you, sir, for joining us. Got $100 for winning the game, and of course, some nice party gifts. Thank you. Much good fortune in what you do. Thank you, Rick. Corinne, come on down here with me. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
She'll be going back to the money cards where she's already won over $14,000 right after this. And again, our congratulations, Corinne. You've been up there with the money cards now how many times?
2 times.
2 times. This will be number 3. And you've won $14,300 so far.
I'm ready to go.
Then let's open the board and get to the money cards. Okay, Corinne. You know how to do it. $200 you won of the game is yours to keep, and now we're going to give you new money to play with, and this time you're going to bet that money. Starting on the bottom line with $200, and you bet that as you wish on these 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money, and again, it's your decision how you bet. With the exception, you must bet a minimum of $50, and on the top card, that big bet, there you have to bet at least half the money. Good luck. You did great so far. Let's do it again.
Thank you.
$200 to start with. And as always, a choice of 2 base cards, starting with a 2. Oh, yeah. That's the way to start.
Okay,
Now you got $200 and a 2, Corinne.
Okay, I'll bet the whole thing that the next card will be higher.
Remember, as in the game, if it's another 2 you lose, it must be higher. $200, higher than a 2. It is a king. That's the way to get them. Very low, very high. You've got $400 and a good card,
I'll
a
bet
king.
the whole thing that the next card will be lower.
Lower than a king. $400 lower. It's a 5. You're up to $800 now, Corinne, and you've got a 5.
Okay, I'll bet 600 that the next card will be higher.
$600 higher than a 5. It is a 10.
All right.
$1,400, Corinne. And the 10 moves up to the next level where we add that other $200 of betting money. Corinne, you now have $1,600 and a 10.
Okay, I have a hunch about this, so I'll bet 1,000 that the next card will be higher.
$1,000? Did you say higher?
Higher.
You are now. There's one king there. It's only the jacks, queens, kings, or aces. You realize you're going against the odds very much. You're sure of that? $1,000 higher. I hope your instincts are right, Corinne. Higher for $1,000. No, it's a 6. You were going against the odds a lot there, Corinne, but you're back down to 600. Let's build it up. We've got 3 cards to go. With a 6, what do you bet here?
Okay, I'll bet half of it. I'll bet 300 that the next card will be higher.
Higher. $300. Higher than a 6. It's an 8. Oh, see, with that ace there, Corinne, if you had gotten past that other obstacle over there, you would have been in big money territory. You've got an ace now with this card.
Okay, I'm going to bet all of it that the next card will be lower.
$900. Lower than an ace. You've got a 7. You build it up very well now. You've got $1,800 as we move the 7 up. You must bet at least $900. You can bet more. You've got $1,800 and a 7. What is your big bet?
Okay, I'm going to bet 1,100 that the next card will be higher.
How much did you say, Corinne?
1,100.
1,100. That's an odd amount. Why is that?
I
You don't know. $1,100 bet that this card is higher than a 7. No, it's a 4. You lose the 1,100, but you finish with another $700, Corinne. Come on down. That's another 700.
adds up.
That's not bad. Yes, it adds up right now to an even 15,000, as a matter of fact. We'll be right back with a new challenger right after this. Corinne, newcomer, I've got to ask you again. Why did you bet so much money and go high on the 10?
I just had a feeling, a bad feeling.
A bad feeling. Yes, and as I said, I don't know if you could hear me that the people were all encouraging you that if you had gotten over that hump with the 6, the next card was the ace, and you were really into big money again.
Next time.
Next time. Well, that's the attitude you've had all along, and so far it's given you $15,000. Maybe she'll do it again. Right now, we'll load up 2 new decks of cards, Janice, if you will, and we'll start a new match as we welcome our new player on Card Sharks. Hello, Yvonne Lockhart. Nice to see you. Tell us about yourself, if you will.
All right, I'm a student at UCLA. I'm a senior. I live by the beach, and I'm trying to soak up as much sun as I can get.
Oh, there's a lot of people, I'm sure, envious of that, living by the beach.
That's nice.
That's nice. What do you plan to do when you get out of college?
Travel.
Travel.
Win some money and travel.
Oh, that's a wonderful occupation if you get away with it, Yvonne. Good luck. Good luck in the match. And Yvonne, you'll play the lower cards, the blue cards. Corinne, the champion, will play the upper cards, the red cards. And we start with a question to you, Corinne. We asked 100 women in California, have you ever dated a man who claimed he was single, only to find out that he was really married? How many women said they had?
I don't think that number would be too high, so I would say 25.
She says 25 out of 100 women have dated a man claiming to be single, only to be married. Higher or lower, Yvonne?
I would say a lot of men wouldn't lie. I would say that the number is lower.
Lower. The actual number of women who said they dated a cad who lied about being single is 40. Not lower, Corinne. Wow. They are out there in the woods someplace. Corinne, we'll look at your base card. It is a 5. Do you want to play it?
I think I'd like to change it.
Here's a, ooh, the audience doesn't want you to change it. Well, let's see if it is for the better. It is a 3. See that? Oh, ye of little faith. Go along with Corinne. Call this card,
Okay,
Corinne.
the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 3. It's an ace.
Okay, the next card has got to be lower.
Lower than an ace. It's a 7.
Okay, I'm going to freeze right there.
You'll freeze it. Move the freeze bar over and we go with a question to you, Yvonne.
Ready.
We polled 100 waitresses and asked them, I like this, have you ever dropped food on the floor and then served it anyway? How many waitresses admitted they had?
Oh, I would hope not. I would say that'd be a low number. I would say like 7.
7.
Yes.
She says 7 waitresses have dropped food on the floor, then served it anyway. Higher or lower, Corinne?
Well, that's too low, I think, so I'm going to go a little bit higher.
You're going to say higher. I have eaten in restaurants where that would have been an improvement. The actual number of waitresses who said they dropped food on the floor and served it anyway is 23. Corinne. Oh, that is a... we test human nature, and sometimes human nature surprises us. Corinne, we're looking at a 7.
Okay, I'd like to change my card, please.
This time to a 3. Again, a good change.
Okay, the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 3. It is a 7 again.
Okay, I'm going to freeze again.
The freeze, needing just that one card to win the game. We play the best 2 out of 3 in the match. Corinne, the question to you. We polled 100 nurses and asked them, have you ever dropped it? No. Were you embarrassed the first time you had to give a male patient a bath? How many nurses admitted they were embarrassed?
I think a lot of them would be, being their first time and everything, so I would say that 75 were embarrassed.
75.
75.
Higher or lower?
Oh, I don't know. These are supposed to be medical ladies. I would say that it's lower.
You say lower.
Yes.
Imagine how the patient felt. The actual number of nurses who were embarrassed when they first bathed a male patient is 50. It's lower. Yvonne.
Great. Go. Good.
Yvonne, we had to go 3 questions deep before we had a look at your base card, which is a king.
Fantastic king. I will go say lower.
Lower than a king. It's a 9.
9. Oh. I'm going to go on, and I'm going to say it's lower.
Continuing on, lower than a 9.
Yeah.
It's an 8.
I'm going to freeze.
Go freeze.
Yes.
Corinne needs 1 card. Yvonne needs 2 cards, and we are at sudden death. Someone has to win on this next play of the cards, and control will be decided by this question. Yvonne, we asked 100 men and women in a California studio audience, do you have a twin brother or sister? How many people said yes?
Twins. Oh, the birth rate is lowering down. I would say it's about 28.
28.
Yes.
Corinne, higher or lower?
I don't think there are that many twins around, so I said the number would be lower.
You say lower. The actual number of people who have a twin is 7. It's lower, definitely. Corinne. Now, Corinne, listen carefully. Here's how we do it with sudden death. You have a 7. You can change it. You won the question. And try to turn this 1 card over. But if you make a mistake, Yvonne wins the game. However, you have control. You can force Yvonne to play off the 8, which she cannot change. And she would have to turn these 2 cards over. If she makes a mistake, the game is yours. Your decision. You want to play it yourself with 1 card or force Yvonne?
And I'd like to change my card, please.
You're going to try to do it yourself. And you'll do it with this base card. It is a 6. Call that 1 card, Corinne.
Okay, the next card will be higher.
What?
Higher?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The next card is going to be higher.
Higher. Forgive me, I didn't hear you, Corinne. And the way you pick cards, I had to be double sure. Higher. Higher than a 6. If it is higher, you've won the first game of the match. If it is not, Yvonne is the first game. For the win, it's a queen. You did it. Game number 1 for Corinne. And $100, Yvonne, got to make a comeback.
Yay.
We'll find out if she can do it right after we take time out for this. I couldn't hear you. Corinne, our champion, has won the first game in $100. Yvonne, you need this game in our best 2 out of 3. We'll deal out the cards now with the same 2 decks of cards. Janice, thank you very much. And the question starts to you, Corinne. We asked 100 secretaries, has your boss ever tried to kiss you? How many secretaries said their boss had tried to kiss them?
Oh, that's really hard. I don't think too many, so I'm going to go 50.
50.
Just to be safe.
So you'll be safe up the middle. Yvonne, that puts the pressure on you, higher or lower. She's right up the middle.
I would say that it's a little bit lower. Not too many bosses want to strain a relationship if it's working. I would say lower.
Lower.
Yes.
Of course, they may be looking for another relationship, too. The actual number of secretaries who said their boss has tried to kiss them is 33. It's lower. Yvonne.
Give me a good card.
Yvonne, we'll look at your base card in this game, which is...
Oh,
a king.
fantastic.
Good card to start with.
I will say it is lower.
Lower than a king.
Yes.
It's a jack.
Oh! Go on, I will say lower.
Lower than a jack. It's a
Yes,
4, very
that's-
much lower.
I'm going to continue, and I'm going to say higher.
Higher than a 4. Oh, and a 2. You lose all 3 of those cards, and that's the risk you take when you go on. Corinne gets a free look at her base card. A 9, not a very good one, but you have to play it. She won the question. Call this.
Okay, the next card will be lower.
Lower than a 9. It's a 4.
Okay, I'm going to continue, and I say the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 4. No, a 3. Couldn't take advantage of it, and you lose both of those cards. And as Janice fills in the spaces, Yvonne, the question to you.
Okay.
We asked 100 men in a California audience, who do you think makes a more dangerous enemy, a man or a woman? How many men said a woman makes a more dangerous enemy?
Oh, I think that people are still compatible, men and women. I would say it's a low number, probably around 17.
17.
Yes.
Yvonne says that 17 out of 100 men said a woman is a more dangerous enemy. Higher or lower, Corinne?
I think the number has got to be higher than that.
You say higher. The actual number of intelligent men who said a woman makes a more dangerous enemy is 65. Very much higher, Corinne, yes.
Okay, I would like to change my base card, please.
Change it to a jack.
Okay, the next card will be lower.
Lower than a jack. It's an 8. Don't like that one, do you?
I'm going to try it, and I think the next card will be lower.
Taking a risk. Lower than an 8. It's a 5. Got away with it.
I'm going to go for it, and I think the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 5. A 2. Risking all 3 cards and losing all 3. Yvonne, we're looking at a king. Call this card.
Lower.
Lower than a king.
Yes.
It's a 6.
Oh, it's 6. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to say it is higher.
Higher than a 6.
Yes.
No 5. And everybody's busting. And we are in an interesting position now. We're in the next to the last question, and no one has turned over a card. Corinne, we stopped 100 women coming out of a supermarket in Burbank, California, and asked, did you spend more money than you expected to? How many women said yes?
I'm sure that number's got to be really high since prices are just going up and up. I would say 80 spent more than
80.
they were.
Yvonne, higher or lower?
I've experienced it. I would say it's higher.
Higher than that.
Yes.
The actual number of women who spent more money than they expected to is 28. It's not higher. Corinne. Yeah, the prices may be up, but people are watching the budgets. Corinne, we're looking at a jack. Do you want it?
I'm going to try it, and I think the next card will be lower.
Playing off the jack, lower than a jack. It's a 10.
Okay, I'm going to continue, and the next card will be lower.
Lower than a 10. It is an 8. It is not lower, and Yvonne again playing off the king with this card.
Come on, lower.
Lower than a king. It is a 5.
5. I'm going to say the next card is higher.
Higher than a 5. No! No, again. No one has a card turned over. Both players need 4 cards, and we are at sudden death right after this. Well, we've run out of time. Corinne Newcomer has $15,100, our champion. Our challenger has to make this comeback. Each player has 4 cards to turn over with a tie-breaking question. Someone has to win with the first question. Next time on Card Sharks.
One of our polling groups will receive White's First Lady convertible open-arm sewing machine with a no-hands one-step button holder and 26 built-in utility stretch and embroidery stitches, furnished by White Sewing Machine Company. And some of our contestants will receive Eureka's new ESP Extra Suction Power Vacuum. 50% more power, more beating, brushing, and cleaning action, 6-way height adjustment Eureka, and ceilings by Celotex. Choose from a wide variety of patterns, colors, and textures, also beautiful and easy to install. They enhance any room. And paperback books from Valentine, including the Luck Factor by Max Gunther. Good luck can be yours if you know how to get it from Valentine. And a selection of Romper Room toys featuring Tumblin' Weebles to add more warmth, love, and laughter to your child's Romper Room years. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.